Okay, so if you have never done your eyebrows before and you're just getting started, before you actually fill them in, you're going to want to do a little bit of trimming and getting them into the shape that you want before you start filling them in. So a quick rule to go by when you are shaping your eyebrows is to have the front part start pretty much at the edge of your nose. If you just line up a brush or a pencil, it should come to the front of your eyebrow or close to there, because you don't want it to come too far into the center because it can look like a unibrow. You're going to angle it again across your pupil. This is where the high point of your eyebrow should go. Angle it from the corner of your eye and your nose, and that is where about the end of it should go. This is just a guide. It doesn't have to be exact like measurements. This is just a general rule to go by when you are shaping your eyebrows for the first time. So another thing to do is to trim them as well, because a lot of times the hair in the front, for me anyway, can get a little bit long and they can start looking a little bit crazy. So to do this, I take a little spoolie brush and I brush all of the eyebrow hairs up. And I just did this so I don't have many, but all the ones that are sticking up out of the shape of your eyebrow, you're going to want to take a small pair of scissors. You can find these typically in those little like manicure kits, or a lot of different makeup places and beauty places have these, and then you're just going to trim all of those following the top of your eyebrow. Now you don't want to cut them too short because you don't want short eyebrow hairs, but you want them to just stay in the shape of your eyebrow. Tweezing underneath your eyebrow is the best way to get that nice arch, because a lot of people think, oh, I need to trim up here to get this down so this will look higher. You actually want to tweeze from underneath, and this will lift the part of your eyebrow. So it took me a little bit to master this, a couple of trial and errors to do this, but typically you want to trim the hairs that is like right under and doesn't look like it's in the shape of your eyebrow. And also I tweeze this area too if it's starting to look a little bit too far in. So now what I do for my eyebrows is I like to brush the front part up and then the rest back to give me that nice arch in there. I don't have much of an arch because that's just not the way my eyebrows are shaped, but I just try to follow the natural line of my eyebrows. And this eyebrow actually had a birthmark in it until I tweezed it, so the hairs don't like to lay straight right here, so I just have a little patch in my original eyebrow that did not grow hairs. This is actually half the size of what my eyebrows used to be when I was younger. Then once you have them brushed into the shape, then you can go ahead and start with your brow product. Now I love the Anastasia Beverly Hills brow pomade, and mine is in medium brown, and I love this product. It stays in all day, it blends very nicely, it looks like my eyebrows, which is what I love, because my frustration with brow products is when it has like weird undertones to it, to where it makes your eyebrows look fake, and that just drives me crazy. Another thing for this is you want to get a nice brush, a nice angled brush. Mine is from Essence, and Essence you can actually find at Ulta, and this eyebrow brush was about $150 maybe. It was incredibly cheap, but it is very well made and it works really well for me. Overall, I do like this brush. So if you're looking for an eyebrow brush that's cheap, make sure you check out Essence brush, and you can find them at Ulta. Then I just slowly build up the product on my brush. I don't want to get too much because I don't want them to be too strong, so I just get a little bit at a time, and I lightly outline it first, and then I go back in and make it a little bit darker, because my eyebrows can sometimes be difficult to shape because of how they lay. Then I also line the top of my eyebrows, especially in the tail, to make it look straight, because that can get a little funky looking. And then you don't want to like color it in and rub back and forth. You want to do tiny brush strokes going towards the direction of your eyebrow hair. So you don't want to do them like straight up in the tail because your eyebrow hairs are laying this direction. But you do want to do it straight up in the front. When I get to the front, I just like to do tiny little strokes without getting any more product on the brush, because we already have some from doing the tail, and we don't want this to be as dark as the tail. We want this to be lighter. And I don't line the very front right here because I don't want them to look too drawn on, so I stop about where the hairs start going straight up. So I stop on the top here, and then on the bottom I start in the very inner corner. I'm going to do the other eyebrow real quick. Now I go back in with the spoolie brush to blend it all together to where we don't have any harsh lines in the eyebrows. I'm going to go in with a brow gel to set them all to where the hairs of the eyebrows don't move. Then to clean up the eyebrow area and to make the tail look a little bit sharper, I'm going to go in with the NYX Wonder Pencil, and mine is in light. And I'm just going to line underneath my eyebrow to clean up if we have any hairs that still needed tweezed and we just missed them, or if we have any product down there. This just helps clean it all up. And then also I go over the top of the tail of my eyebrow. But that's all I do. I don't go all the way up and over on the top. I go and blend that out with this is an e.l.f. eyeshadow brush. I think it's just their plain one. I got it with a couple other eyeshadows. I like this for blending it out because it is in the shape of a eyeshadow brush, but it's slightly fluffier, so it blends it out better, if that makes any sense. But anyway, I like it. Okay, so that's all I do for my eyebrows. It's pretty simple, but it usually does not take very long. It takes me maybe 3 minutes to do it all. I do have a little bit of trouble with my left eyebrow because of the little birthmark area that I had. So that's how I fill in my eyebrows. I hope this video was slightly helpful to you if you were having any questions about how to fill in your eyebrows or how to tweeze them or trim them. This is just the grooming that I do and what I do to fill out my eyebrows and just to shape them. So I hope you guys all enjoyed watching. I will see you in my next video. Bye!